My name is Ivor from WA. My question is, I've seen much on television about Dan Andrews, especially on Sky News, and I'm wondering why he is so popular with the Victorians.
Well, Ivor, I wrote myself some notes because I've thought carefully about this, because I'm often asked the same question. I'm sure you are too, John.
I say, where do you begin?
So the political analyst in me, someone who has, won government, working for, I think, one of the best opposition leaders in our history, Tony Abbott, from a place where the Liberal Party at that time he took office as leader in 2009, we had 4 leaders, if you count Mr Howard, in 3 years. So we were in a very, very low ebb. And so I look at Daniel Andrews dispassionately. He's a ruthless operator, so there is no heir apparent nipping at his heels. It gives him enormous latitude. He comes out of the party machine, so he controls the party. He's got a lot of union funds and union support. He has a very serious, one of the best in the country, social media operations.
Yes. Paid for by taxpayers.
Paid for by taxpayers. Paid for by taxpayers in a way that would not be allowed inside the entitlement rules in Canberra. For example, Scott Morrison's got about 600 followers on his Facebook. Anything he does in that domain is paid for by the Liberal Party, as it was with Tony Abbott. And here we are in Victoria, 1 million followers that he's amassed. So he cuts out all the channels to media that disagree with him or puts him under some pressure and goes straight, the way John Howard did, by going straight to the radio and cutting out the editorial content. He uses ruthlessly social media. I think that there's not much of an opposition. To be kind to the Liberal Party, I think they have a go. I mean, I see the releases, I see the effort out there every day, but they don't cut through because he's just a ruthless communicator. Labor politics, left politics in Victoria are tribal in a way I don't see in other states, and certainly tribal in a way that the centre-right isn't tribal. Going back to the point I made before about institutions, he has his people, not just Labor people, but his people in a lot of the key institutions. Union money, CFMU here is very, very powerful and rich. That's all flowing through to him. And he has built a support base with the left because he accidentally became the Premier after one term of the Libs, stupidly themselves knifing a leader in the first term, or they'd watched Canberra and seen that didn't work well, but they did it here anyway. So he won, and the Liberal winning with such a narrow margin would have held back, been tentative in a policy sense, wanted to sort of cement that term, perhaps go a bit bolder in the second term. He went hard from day one, right? He did not waste his opportunity, and he has used his mandate to deliver, on the face of it, good roads and intersections. So Middle Australia, Middle Victoria bats him in. But then underneath it all,
a very hard left social agenda.
Very radical, hard left social agenda. And that's extraordinary.